let's get the show on the road.
Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a pork tenderloin wrapped in Serrano ham. We're going to stuff it with mozzarella. We're going to serve it with rosti potatoes and a rich tomato sauce. Right, let's get this show on the road. Okay, here's our list of ingredients. A few simple basics. Okay, our first thing we need to do is we need to get tomato sauce on the go. Simple sauce. We're literally going to chop up 2 cloves of garlic, roughly chop them, throw them in the pan. Then we're simply going to add 2 tins of tomatoes, and we're just going to reduce that down by half. We're going to add some other bits and pieces to it later. But this is the simplest sauce that you've ever seen. I've a little bit hot there, but we're just going to reduce the heat now, and we're going to cook that down for at least an hour. Okay, to our tomatoes, we're going to add a tablespoon of white wine vinegar and about a tablespoon and a half of sugar. To that, we're going to add black pepper and salt. And then into that, we're going to add a rind of a parmesan. We're just going to throw that in. We're going to give it a stir up. We're going to let it tick over in the background. I'm quite happy to leave this sauce reduce slowly for at least an hour. Our next task to tackle is the pork. We're going to take this whole tenderloin down into 6 pieces. We're going to make an incision, fill it with some mozzarella and wrap in Serrano ham. Right, here we go. So, as I said, we're going to take it into 6. You're looking for sort of this size. We're then going to make an incision, not all the way through, open it up like a flap. We're going to get our mozzarella, we're going to pop it in, turn it over, flatten it, and then we'll wrap it. So as I said, you make an incision, open it up, put your mozzarella in, close it up, and flatten it. Okay, so the next stage is we're just going to wrap them in Serrano ham. Just like so. Doesn't have to be perfect. We'll just wrap them all up, and then we're ready to move on to the next stage. Okay, our next task is we're going to tackle our rosti potatoes. We're simply going to grate these potatoes, throw them in a bowl, season them up, and then we're going to try and drain as much liquid out of them as possible. Right, here we go. These rosti potatoes are an excellent little carb. You can literally put any sort of flavouring in them you want. Today I'm going to go as plain as possible, literally only salt and pepper. So then we've grated our potato, and then we're going to grab a tea towel. We're simply going to throw all of our potato into the tea towel, and then we're going to get as much moisture out of this as possible. So we're going to give it a good squeeze. We're going to get all of this out. As you can see, there's loads of liquid coming out of there. So to this we're going to add salt and pepper. Not too much salt, because the salt will bring out the moisture in the potatoes. I like to put a reasonable amount of black pepper in, although it's not coming out now. There we go. And now we're ready for the next stage. In the meantime, I've put the oven on to 180 degrees. We're going to start these Rusties in the frying pan, and then we're going to transfer them into the oven. So we're going to split this down now into roughly about 6. So you get your Rusty, just again make sure as much water out as possible. Add them to your frying pan, simply push down, and then we'll take it from there. I'm going to put 3 in at a time. We're not going to overcrowd the pan. see how we get on. The temperature is about, on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 6. We're going to leave them for 5 minutes and then we're going to flip them over. Okay, so we're at this stage. We're just going to push them down gently, just to help them form. As you can see, we're not at high temperature, nice and slow. And then we'll give them a flip in a couple of minutes. Right, these have had probably 5 minutes. We're just going to give them a flip now. Again, some good colour on. We are going to gain a little bit more colour because we're going to throw these in the oven. We're going to re-season them and throw them in the oven for about 10 minutes. While we're doing that, we're going to sear our pork and then get that in the oven, give that 5 minutes, and we should be able to bring this all together all at the same time. It will be fantastic. Right, so Rusties have gone in the oven. Now we're going to tackle our pork. I've got the frying pan back on. I've put 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in. It's brought it up to temperature. We're just simply going to put the porks in now. We're going to get some good colour on these pork. Peel them off and then we're going to throw them in the oven. They'll literally be in the oven 5 minutes and everything should come together all exactly the same time. Okay, so these have been in a couple of seconds. We're going to give them a turn. Look at that fabulous colour. Give them a turn. Peel them all off. Once they're all sealed, we're going to throw them into the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes. And you'll see they're going to be amazing. Okay, so we're going to seal the pork all around, make sure it's got a good colour all around. Then we're going to simply throw it in the oven with the Rusties for about 5 to 8 minutes, making sure it's up to a core temperature of 75 degrees. Right, let's get this show on the road. Little bit of tomato sauce on the plate. This tomato sauce smells amazing. I can guarantee you it's going to taste even better. Right, and then we're on to the Rusties on there, and then a couple of these little puppies on the top. There you go. Doesn't that look absolutely fabulous? Right guys, thank you for joining me. If you like this, subscribe, comment, share, like. Hit the bell notification if you do subscribe. That'll tell you when I've got another video out. Thanks a lot, guys. Good night.